Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Miss Evanowski's podcast. Today, we are going to explore a new Literacies unit on using county-provided digital resources to express student culture. So since this is our first episode, just a little bit of background on myself. I grew up in Pennsylvania as the youngest of three. Growing up, I loved to play music, be active, and read. I graduated from a large public high school called Easton Area High School before attending the University of Georgia. At UGA, I studied early childhood education. After graduating, I moved to Atlanta and started teaching first grade. After 3 years of teaching first grade, I switched to teaching ESOL. So this is currently my second year as an ESOL teacher. While designing the new literacy unit that I will talk about for the rest of the episode, I noticed each activity held traces of my past, whether it was a digital resource I may have used while teaching first grade or just inspiration I found through continued education. So as I mentioned earlier, the unit I'll describe in this episode is called Using County-Provided Digital Resources to Express Student Culture. I chose this unit because as an ESOL teacher at the beginning of the year, we have an All About Me unit where students get a chance to complete several activities to share their culture, their background, their language. The students love doing this and they are just so proud to share their heritage with their class and with me and other teachers as well. So while completing readings and discussions in our new literacies class, this unit has been coming to mind several times because I think there are so many ways I can make it more engaging and bring it to life. And when planning the activities, I tried to use county-provided digital resources since our school is kind of strict about what resources they allowed the students to use. So each activity revolves around one element of culture. So jumping right into the activities that I've thought of for this unit, the first element of culture that I knew the students would love sharing about is food. So for this activity, students will create their own restaurant menu, including meals unique to their native country. So students for this activity will use Adobe Spark to create their menu. They will include the name of their meal as well as descriptions, adding pictures so we know what the meals look like. And I even thought that at the end of this project, maybe we could bring in a sampling of each of the foods. The next activity I chose, or the element of culture that I chose to focus on, was music. Students during this project, we'll create a playlist of songs popular in their native country. Students can use Seesaw to create their playlist, and then they will design an album cover for their playlist. So students will upload a photo of their album cover to Seesaw, and I chose Seesaw because this is something that we use a lot in first grade, but I also like how it's a platform that students can view their peers' work and comment and like and give feedback as well. So I got this idea from author Teresa Redmond in her article called Sparking Learning Through Remix Journaling, Authenticating Participatory Ways of Knowing. So Redmond explains, studies have illustrated how the arts enhance students' meaning-making and higher order thinking in literacy contexts. So I thought this would be a great way for students to share more about their culture. All right, the next activity that I have planned is one revolving around holidays that the students celebrate with their families and friends. So students will, again, use Adobe Spark to create an invitation to their favorite holiday celebration unique to their native country. So this is the second time we're using Adobe Spark in this unit, and this is something that our county actually has been encouraging teachers to use with the students. So invitations that the students make for this holiday celebration will include a brief description of the event, what to wear, time, and place. Students will share and explain their invitation with peers in the class. So I love this activity because the task is both purposeful and authentic, and students love sharing about the holidays that their families and friends celebrate, especially when they are unique to their own culture. The next activity I have is about family. So students will use an online library called Mayon that our county uses to read books about characters who share a similar culture and background to their own. So students will then use ChatterPix to create a video from the character's perspective explaining elements of his or her culture in the video. So I did also think of ChatterPix or of using ChatterPix because in first grade we used to do this in some of our PBL units and the students just loved it. They loved making a still photo photo seem like their voice was coming out of it. So I think that this will be a really engaging activity for our students. And then the next activity revolves around traditions. So students will create a travel brochure for their native country or hometown using a digital platform of their choice. So their brochure could include where the city is located, attractions tourists can see, and any other information they would like to share about their home. So when I was a student, I remember just loving when I had a chance to share about my life at home with my teachers and peers, and I'm hoping this project will do the same for the students. So that concludes my units. There are 5 activities. Typically, again, for this unit project, I just have students write an informational book about their native country. The activities that I've described in this podcast, I think, will really bring the material to life, and I can just imagine how the students will enjoy sharing their culture while exploring various platforms. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm excited for you to join next time.